off the top of your head, can you name every single raspberry lemonade flavored Mountain Dew that has ever existed? Go ahead, try. There are 5 of them. Much more than you may originally think, however, there are indeed 5. Technically, one of them the blue raspberry lemonade, and the other is a raspberry lemon, but there's still raspberry lemonade and its bare essence, so I'd say that it counts. Uh, the very first one that I believe appeared on the market was Mountain Dew Supernova from Finland and Denmark at one point in time. Uh, I believe this came out in 2013 or so. Don't quote me on that. I'm really not sure when exactly it came out, and I'm not going to look it up right now. Yeah. The bottle distorted because it's kind of old, and I tried to chill it. Now it's really floppy. They make it using a lot of a different plastic and shape than America does. So, yeah, there's that. Now, the second one that I know released in 2017, yeah, 2017, uh, Spiked Raspberry Lemonade. Now, this is one of my personal favorite Mountain Dew flavors, and I'm very excited to give it another try today. Yeah. It was discontinued back in 2018. Speaking of that, Supernova is still released. But we call it Uranova in my little group, so uh, to differentiate it from the strawberry melon Supernova that existed back in 2008 to 2009. Yeah. So yeah, those are the 2 of them. The third one is Game Fuel Zero Charged Raspberry Lemonade. Wait, no. Full name, Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel Zero Charged Raspberry Lemonade. Now, that's a handful. This came out in January of 2020, and this is one of the 3 flavors that came out in 2020. This is so weird, too. The second raspberry lemonade flavor that they dropped was Atomic Blue, which I have a cup of right here that I just got from Come and Go. Yeah, it's a blue raspberry lemonade flavor. I believe it came out back in May, April. I forgot, but somewhere around that time. Maybe up in June. Like I said, I don't know. And the 5th one, Mountain Dew Spark. This one just dropped, like, I think last month. This month, actually, in August. Yeah. This is exclusive to Speedway gas stations in the United States, and I had to get some shipped in from another state, because over where I live, no Speedway. Not one. Or in the surrounding states. Now today, I'm going to be drinking all 5 of these at once. Let's go for the first one. Mountain Dew Supernova from Finland. Whew, yeah, that smells like old plastic. It's a lot better than that normally. I've had this before when it was fresh. Yep, that retains no carbonation. No. Plastic flavor kind of overtakes it, but you can still taste plenty of the intended flavor. I can really only taste a lot of raspberry in this. The lemon is like a background, and the raspberry that's used feels very natural. Uh, it doesn't feel all that artificial. And in the first place, the carbonation was very light. It kind of mixed in with the flavor a bit more rather than being a completely separate factor since it's so extreme like United States sodas. Very good. Yeah, I love this flavor. I wish it were in the United States, but, we've already had 4 raspberry lemonade flavors. I think that's the most that any flavor profile has ever had in the Mountain Dew name. Next up, spiked raspberry lemonade. This is one of my favorites, man. I've already said this, but I mean it. This is great stuff. Mm-hmm. Mm. Oh, it feels good to have that kind of carbonation again. Man. This stuff, man. It's got a lot of lemonade flavor, but it also has a little bit of oddness to it. And that oddness is the prickly pear cactus juice that's inside of it. So technically, instead of being a raw raspberry lemonade, it'd be a prickly pear raspberry lemonade, or whatever you might want to call it. It's still a raspberry lemonade. Fuck you. But yeah, this is so good. And I would consider this the most genuine raspberry lemonade because on the side they say, this is how Dew does raspberry lemonade. If this is how Dew does raspberry lemonade, respect, because this is by far their best one, and, well, the most Dew-like, I'd say. Next up, my least favorite of the bunch, Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel Zero Charged Raspberry Lemonade. God. Yeah, this is, I think, my least favorite or second least favorite of all of the Amp Game Fuels, which I don't really even like in the first place. They're bad. Every single one of them are bad, except for Orange Storm and, I guess, Berry Blast isn't all that bad, but still bad. Yeah. I haven't had this stuff since January when it first came out, because I never felt compelled. No, wait, February. I never felt compelled to get it again. It's bad, as I said. Ooh. Ouch. Yikes. Having all those good drinks earlier kind of ruined this one for me. The flavor isn't all that bad, but God, the artificial sweetness is just so dense in this. It takes up like 90% of everything. Nevertheless, you can get a lot of that raspberry in there with a light bit of lemon. Kind of reminds me of Uranova just a little bit, but it's so much worse. Ugh. Resealable top too, which is really cool. But yeah, still not a good drink. Next up, Atomic Blue. This stuff is exclusive to Come and Go and Sheetz gas stations. I didn't mention that before, but I have a Come and Go next to me, though Sheetz isn't really a thing around here. Yeah. This one, my second least favorite of the whole 5 lemonades. Still pretty good, though. It's bearable, unlike Raspberry Lemonade Game Fuel. Name in its entirety isn't worth saying. Yeah, I'm not a very big fan of Atomic Blue. It's got too much mediocre sour lemonade flavor, but not nearly enough of the good raspberry flavor. Now, see, the tart lemon flavor it has isn't all that bad, but it reminds me of Splenda flavor packets. Like if you took carbonated water, put in a lemonade Splenda packet, and then a raspberry lemonade Splenda packet. That's pretty much what you get here, but add high fructose corn syrup to it. But don't take out the sucralose. It says, this is half diet. It's good for a half diet soda, just doesn't taste good. The premise kind of sucks. I mean, would they expect people to like it because it's blue or something? I mean, not a bad idea. Most blue flavors are good, but this Atomic Blue puts all blue flavors to shame. Now, the latest of the bunch, Mountain Dew Spark. Man, this is the cream of the crop, I tell you what. This is so good. Second favorite of the raspberry lemonades, I believe. It could be my third favorite. I'm not sure if Euronova, Supernova beats it in quality. I'm not sure, but nevertheless, yum. Yeah, it's noticeably much sweeter than the other raspberry lemonades. It's still got that tartness to it, which is great. Sweet and sour is, oh my god. It's great. It's got that lemonade, it's got that raspberry lemonade, but my only issue with it is that it's really, really weak. Like, the sweetness kind of overtakes everything. And this reminds me of the lemon flavor that you find in a spiked raspberry lemonade. A lot, actually. And a little bit in Atomic Blue, too. Yeah. So, overall, how do they compare? Uh, well, Euronova Supernova, it's very, it stands out from the rest of them in a very odd way. However, let me test this theory. I think that the lemonade flavors in Euronova and Game Fuel Raspberry and Lemonade are similar. Just a second. No, wait. I must have been thinking of something else. Yes, I was thinking of something else. Yeah. Euronova is definitely not like any other Mountain Dew flavor on the market. It's just its own thing. However, Spiked Raspberry, Game Fuel Raspberry Lemonade, yeah, these are really similar now that I think of it. See, I used to think that they weren't at all similar, but tasting them together, this tastes like a diet, non prickly pear version of spiked raspberry lemonade. Except quality lowered by God knows how much. It's also not quite as tart as spiked, which sucks because I love tart flavors. Hence, my online alias, Tart with two T's. Yeah. And how does it compare to the lemonade in here? I forgot. Yep, not similar. They're kind of similar only because they're lemon flavors, but for the most part, Atomic Blue and Spiked Raspberry just, they don't mix. They're not at all very similar. Aside from, tasting like raspberry lemonade. I think Spark and Atomic Blue. Yeah. The flavors, definitely not similar at all. Um, yeah. This is much more raspberry dense and not. Well, actually, no. Wait. I meant to say lemonade dense. This is much more tart. And, well, actually, is it? I forgot. No. This is slightly more raspberry dense, but overall, the lemonade flavors are pretty similar. Just this one's objectively worse than Spark. This one has slightly less raspberry flavor, but it more comes in like as a complement to the lemonade that's in it. And I respect that big time. Well, I think I've drawn all the raspberry lemonade comparisons that really exist in the world of Mountain Dew. Uh, yeah. I'll give the final thoughts on them in terms of flavor profile. Uranova, extremely unique raspberry with just a little bit of a hint of lemon. Spiked raspberry lemonade, mostly lemon with a raspberry kick to it, and it's very, very tart. Got a prickly pear kick to it. It's just great. Tastes amazing. Had to give it a sip. Spiked raspberry lemonade. 90% artificial sweetener, 10% raspberry. Lemonade's barely there. Atomic Blue. It's hard to give my thoughts on it. It's pretty tart, kind of lemony, a lot of raspberry, except it tastes bad. Spark. Pretty tart, and the raspberry flavor comes in to complement the amazing lemonade flavor. Overall, great. Anyways, yeah, those are my final thoughts. But video's not over yet. I'm about to pull an epic gamer move. I'm going to sip on all of these at once. Okay. Unscrew. Unscrew. Pop and slide. This is what I'm seeing right. This is what I'm seeing right now. It's beautiful. Well, here goes. Yeah, definitely taste a little bit of everything there. Let me try that again, except quicker. Yeah. The high fructose corn syrup and real sugar from the Supernova. Whew, that really muted out all of the artificial sweetness. Overall, a flavor like that is far too chaotic, but it would kind of pass the raspberry lemonade. Yeah, it's just so chaotic. Like, all 5 of the flavors have very, very distinct characteristics that make it very different from both each other as similar flavor profiles and from other dews. Which is, characteristic of a dew. There's always something about it that makes it vastly different from any other soda or any other flavor of dew. For the most part. Well, that's the end. Thanks for watching.